Why hello everyone, Spencer here, also known as Screen Speak, and in today's video, this is my Paddington in Peru spoiler review, so without further ado, let's discuss. Alrighty guys, I am so giddy here today that I got to go see this last night. Now I waited a couple weeks, and the reason for that is because of this came out Valentine's Day, and that day I went to see Captain America. Was it a couple weeks ago? Or, well, about a week now. I mean, it came out Valentine's Day, and I went to see Captain America, and then my friend was sick with the flu, so I couldn't go see it then. I happened to wait a week and a weekend to go see this, and I saw it. Very happy to say that. Now, this film did come out November 8th last year in the UK, and this year released in the US now in February. Like I've said multiple times, like in Valentine's Day, but I was a little confused with the release schedule there. I mean, because it's a UK-made film, so I wasn't entirely surprised, but I was like, you didn't want to, like, release it in the same year, like, in the UK, like, a couple weeks early, and then in the US, you could have just, like, released it in the same time, 2024, or 2 weeks apart in 2025. Don't know. However, I heard great reviews when it came out in the UK, and then Rotten Tomatoes, like I said, 93, now it's on 94, and 90, certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, both sides. Great stuff. And I completely agree with that. This captures the magic of the first two, and what I like about this, when I was watching it with I went to see it with my friend Edward from my group, my nerd group that I'm in, and there's some changes, but the main thing I appreciate from this one is that it's not taking place in London. Like, you open the film, well, the first scene takes place with Paddington younger again, and then opening like a not a flashback, like a recap, like where's the family now in London, and then we go travel to Peru, which is the name of the movie. But I like that it's not just another movie in London. Really works for me. The energy and the humor is super fun. It's still there. It's just captures the emotion, and the ending brings the emotion that you're looking for in this film. I don't know if my friend was getting emotional, but I felt the emotion. I didn't get as sad as Paddington 2. I've never cried so hard at the end of a PG-rated film as much as Paddington 2. That got me so hard. The thing that most people are going to be surprised by is that the mom is a different person. Was Sally Wilkins originally, and let's go find Paddington Peru cast. The mom is Emily Mortimer, who is in one of the greatest movies of all time, Cars 2, that plays Holly Shiftwell. I am being facetious. I'm an advocate for Cars 2 all around, but she did a great job playing the mom here. And you know what it is? I don't know if Sally Wilkins really would have fit in this setting of Peru. I don't know. Maybe she would. I don't know. But I like her. Emily Mortimer gave it her all. Antonio Banderas and his daughter. His daughter was really cute. Like, I was digging that character. I was happy for her. Both those characters, I'm falling all over the place. Isn't that what I do? Antonio Banderas was a great role. It felt like when I was watching him on screen, because he's part of Spy Kids, I was like, it feels like from Spy Kids 3, when Sylvester Stallone had like the 4 parts, it feels like Antonio Banderas is trying to do that with his character in this movie. I was eating it up, all the different like roles he had, like people in his head of the dead ancestors. Really funny. Hugh Bonneville as Mr. Henry Brown, great, and the two kids stellar. All stellar. All the family bonding really is still strong as they are in the first two films. Olivia Colman is one of my. She's not one of my favorite actresses. Like, she's not like top 10, but she's a really good actress. I liked her, even though Secret Invasion was womp womp. It was. I liked her in it. I loved her in Wonka. And speaking of Wonka, the first two Paddingtons were directed by Paul King. Wonka was directed by Paul King, and I totally forgot, like, going into this movie, I was like, why was Wonka so good? Oh yeah, because it was directed by Paul King. And this movie isn't, but you still get that same vibe that you experienced in the first two Paddingtons, and especially Wonka. And watching this, Olivia Colman sings the song, "Let's Prepare for Paddington, Paddington in Peru." It's such a catchy song, and my friend was like, "Oh no, not a musical," but that's literally the only song they sing. There's a soundtrack by Dario Mantinelli or whatever, who did Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, who did Kubo and the Two Strings, who did Bumblebee, who did Box Trolls. Great stuff. But and the first two Paddingtons as well, so it's the same composer from the first two Paddingtons, which is perfect. But Olivia Colman's song, like, this isn't a musical, but this song, even though they have this song in here, because it felt, I was like, oh, this song, they're singing a song kind of like Wonka did. And now this film ends where with Hugh Grant, remember Hugh Grant's character, he's in jail and he's like, I will, all the bears, I'll make it a musical. So they've announced another Paddington, and they might make it into a musical. So that's awesome. The reason I say that's awesome, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm saying, like, I'd be interested, right? Because you can take something like the Paddington world and evolve it into something different wherever you like. I don't know if they'd stay in London. Doesn't matter. Just make it a musical. I loved Wonka. People, I think, were disappointed. The fact, like, oh, I wasn't expecting a musical. This sucks. It's like, what? Right, because they didn't promote it as a musical in the marketing. But for Paddington 4, if they say, hey guys, we're taking a new approach on this, it's a musical in the trailer, right? Just, like, promote that. It would be really good, and I'm excited for that because I enjoyed Wonka. The songs were catchy. I loved it. And, like, after seeing Paddington, the movie last night, I was like, I want to go rewatch or listen to the Wonka songs. I'd be down for a Paddington musical. So that's my thoughts on that. But the in the trailer, like, the boat scene, really good. There's this moment where Mr. Brown is scared of spiders. So there's this scene later where he has to overcome his fear of spiders and he has to take risks. Also, another point of the cast, I mentioned Antonio Banderas, Olivia Colman, and his daughter. Well, his daughter's not anyone special, but I thought she was cute. Besides the point, Aunt Lucy is, oh my god, what's her name? Imelda Staunton, who is Professor Umbridge from Harry Potter. There's another Harry Potter actor in here who I don't recall, but my friend caught it. And Jessica Hines, Miss Kitts in this film, is in Doctor Who. Caught that. I was like, she's in Doctor Who. And I looked it up before this. I'm like, she's in Doctor Who. And Haley Atwell is in this film. Caught me by surprise. I was like, that's Haley Atwell. She's doing an American accent in this film. Like, I was stunned. I was like, she's a British actress and she's doing an American accent. Which was funny to me because this is a UK film, so they have British people, but she's a British actress doing an American accent. It was funny. So I don't know, guys. The way that this film ends, like let me say something that I want to bring up because maybe maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe Aunt Lucy went back to Peru. But the end of Paddington 2, she comes to London, right? She surprises Paddington, and that got me so super emotional. And that movie ends with Jump in the Line cover, Barry Funtalin song. And I was like, okay. So then in this one, they go to find Aunt Lucy, like something's wrong. Now maybe she just goes back to Peru after the second one. But I was like, well, I don't know. Why did not have Aunt Lucy just stay with Paddington? I don't know. Unless she was just on vacation and she goes back to Peru. Maybe that's the gist of it. Yeah, I wasn't really thrown off by the mom change. Maybe some of you were. And then, but like Aunt Lucy, and then we get to the end of this film, and it's like, oh, I missed you. It seems like what they were trying to do at the end of this one was like, I've missed you. Like, I haven't seen you in so long, but like I saw you, like Paddington reunited with you at the end of the second one. So I felt the emotion at the end of this one, but I didn't get as emotional because we had this huge emotional moment in the end of the second one that, I don't know, felt better. But again, I love this film as is. It's super fun. It's super fresh. It's emotional at the end, and I can't wait to see what they do with the next one. Now, people, like, I keep hearing things out there. Oh, stop doing these franchises. You don't need to continue. Like, stop at a trilogy. However, I think Paddington and Sonic are the two movie franchises that you can keep pumping out because there's stuff you can do. They're fun. Just you can be creative with it, and you can be creative with anything really, but hey, they're fun. I enjoy watching two lovable creatures on screen with humans. That's my thoughts on Paddington in Peru. They were so much fun. It was so much fun. Another thing is, it felt like the Dora and the Lost City of Gold, kind of, almost. If you remember that movie, it's like, oh, you gotta search for the gold, and there's more to be had. I said this was a spoiler review, but I did this with my companion video. I'm like, I don't want to give a whole lot away. It just has that emotion, has that feel. What do I rate it, though? That's a great question, you may ask. This is getting a 9 out of 10. I think the first two Paddingtons are a 10 out of 10. This is a 9 out of 10, 4 out of 5 Letterboxd stars, and just an A+. It's still an A+ for me. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already to the not Lego. Dude, I'm done with that, guys. If you don't know what that is, just ignore it. I subscribe to the ScreenSpeak family, and leave a like, subscribe, follow me where you can on social media. Links are down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me. Don't forget to keep calm, watch the screen. Peace out, everyone. Bye.